half minutes.
Thanks, Ceann Comhairle. I too support the motion, and I'm very glad that we are discussing it. I'm also glad that the government has responded by announcing that it will in fact publish the expert group report, which I think is something which every citizen will be interested in seeing. This debate has been discussed in the public domain, and it's entirely appropriate that all of the information should be put there. It's for that reason as well that I do support the call of the family of Savita to have her case dealt with in the public domain as well. But you'd have to ask the question that after 4 experts groups already deliberating, what expertise is really going to astound us when we do get to see the report? Because you see, it isn't really that complicated. Other areas and other jurisdictions manage to deal with it quite simply without the quagmire that the Irish state has created for itself. And I do think that as a first step, we do have to have legislation. I support the call in the bill for that, and indeed we're complementing what Sinn Fein are calling for here by preparing the ground to reintroduce the bill that we tabled in April. Although you'd be very glad to hear, Minister, we have made the corrections that you so kindly suggested in April, so presumably this time you won't have a difficulty in supporting it. But I do think for now the key issue is that while that's important, and we won't be allowing the government to hide behind it, it really only deals with a very small number of cases. It does nothing to deal with the thousands of women who leave this country every year to avail of abortion for many different reasons, none of them easy, all of them valid. And this state has a responsibility to address this issue. The debate has really highlighted in the hearts and minds of people how inappropriate it is to have in our constitution a clause which equates the life of the unborn with the life of a woman. That is the root of all of this problem. That is the root of the fact that we can't have any better legislation to deal with all of the many different aspects of this issue that people so desperately want us to deal with. Victims of rape, victims, people who have fetal abnormalities, and all of the other reasons that need to be addressed. It is inappropriate that women's health is in a constitution, and we need to move to repeal the 8th Amendment. I think the Labour Party in particular, who've cut themselves out over the decades as allegedly campaigning for women's rights, what's the point in coming to power if you don't implement your principles when you do?